All right. We are back, guys. Sorry about that delay. The internet popped off on us there for a second. We're still building up our office and everything like that. I've actually been changing things around a lot here, building up this new room. So soon we'll have everything done. But for right now, the power kicked out on us. So don't know what went on there, but it's been storming here constantly. I'm assuming that that's what it was. Hell, it's even raining right now. But SPY pulling back a bit, 683 now. It's actually falling down slightly here in the shorter term. We're seeing a lot of pullback hitting. Definitely not what many were looking for. Wow, what a run, what a morning, right? What a wild day in the market. I'm praying that everything stays good now. But if you missed it, just join back up. Wow, SPY pulling back. There was actually a slight uptrend from like the lows of this morning. SPY was holding it, bouncing off of it pretty well. But now over the past few minutes, we just broke back below. Is this where we start to see a larger shift back down? Because SPY is in a weird pattern. Short term. We still have this very large resistance overhead to keep in mind. 688 or 670, 688 to 688.50. Clear resistance there where we saw that peak on Monday morning to continue the downtrend. Thank you, Sharpie. Glad to be back. Glad to be back. Watch that downtrend. Looking pretty rough. How's Netflix in the short term? Remember, they were actually recovering up a lot lately. Oh, wow. Look at them holding up on the daily. They haven't been having these huge explosive days here, but they have been moving well. Iran war puts Ukraine peace talks on hold. Mason just posted up that headline. What's this chart look like? Somebody put up a pretty good chart. Here's a nice chart for crude oil. First Gulf War, Iraq invades Kuwait. Second Gulf War, U.S. invades Iraq. Third Gulf War, U.S. attacks Iran. What a timeline. What a timeline. Every 15 years or so, there's something. Interesting chart. Back to the market. Going to check SPY, pulling back down again. Wow, the selling pressure really picked up, guys, as that downtrend gave out that we talked about. The uptrend. My gosh, though, what a pullback. The low of the day is broken. New low of the day. SPY pulling it back like crazy. Uh-oh. Not the best thing to see here on an intraday basis. Massive drop. Watch for 680 support coming up. That's the first big one that I'm really watching for here on the SPY, but it seems like the downtrend is still continuing here. While the trend of higher lows isn't riding perfectly, we still really failed to break past 688.50 here today. That was, again, a big zone that we needed to really get to and test. Starting to look a lot more negative. The UAE Defense Ministry said that their air defenses are intercepting incoming missiles and drones from Iran. Just looking for a ton of new headlines, but getting a few. None that seem to be really... I'm wondering what really kicked off this selling here. It could just be normal selling pressure coming in, but it happened over the past like 10 to 15 minutes. And besides the UAE saying that defense systems are responding to a threat, I don't really see anything there. Dollar surges on inflation fears. I mean, the dollar is starting to surge here today. I mean, that is a good point. I bet the yields are popping. Yep, there goes the 20-year yield back up too. Yeah, explosive move with the dollar. Good morning, Brain. Glad to see you here today. Wes said it's really quiet with no music. Ha, there is some. It's just quiet, I guess. Man, that move with SPY is getting nasty. 681.50 broke pretty easily here. Keep your eyes on 680. Next big zone. Keeps going right down through these supports. Getting wild. Ryan, how are we doing? Markets are no good again today, Brain says. Well, the one good thing is that there has been some decent like intraday trends to try to catch in both directions, which is nice, but I feel ya. You followed the ZOM big money trade. It's been pulling back a bit, gave back a lot of the gain. You think it's still in play, or you think you should take profits? Oh, let's see. This is a big spot for this play. For right now, I think you could hold. But you just have to be a little wary right now. That's all. It's right on a big support. If you see this recent low around 147.80 give out, that's where I would probably look to officially sell it. Haha. Yeah, Ryan, my first live stream went down, unfortunately. We have some storms here in the area and my power cut out. Nolo said breathing after these pumps. It does appear to be breathing pretty good. It's still following this little uptrend down here too. This is a good sign. But if that does give out, I am going to be a bit worried for it. Crude oil's doing great. Crude is breaking out here. Ooh. Repeated explosions heard in Abu Dhabi near the Zayed International Airport, witnesses say. That's pretty big headline. Seems like some of this Iran news is starting to hit the market. There's a big red candle on SPY down through 680 now at this point. Uh-oh. That's not a good move to see. Yeah, NOW has been a bright spot this morning. It seems like it's starting to turn over now. But yeah, it was great early on. And you look at it on the daily and it looks even better in my eyes. Much better. It's bouncing off of one of the biggest trend lines going back to 2019 with this stock. 2019. And it's holding a big support right around 100 too. Big psychological level, of course. Wow, these pullbacks are massive. Now, if we look at the way that SPY has been staircasing up since 2020, okay, there's been a pretty interesting trend kind of going on here. Now, this doesn't always have to happen, but notice how stocks exploded from COVID. And watch right here. We're trending to the upside, and we hit this peak right around 480 on SPY. Note how the next time SPY broke this level and it ripped. Note how when it pulled back for the Liberation Day crash, where did it bounce? It bounced right there off of that peak. Now, we're kind of in that same spot again. SPY has a peak right around 615. The SPY is ripped up above here. You know, are we at that point where we're going to come down to test that next peak again as support? If we did, I don't think it would be the craziest thing in the world. The question is, what is it going to be happening now, or is that going to be happening, you know, in a few months, or hell, even a year? Maybe longer? Hard to say. Yeah, those hedges will definitely print, Tangy, if that's the case. What a wild time to be a trader. SPY making moves. Fell under that 680 zone. Bounced closer to 679.35. And so far, now holding above 680. Trying to anyways. With that bleed off, though, I'm not too confident in like a big bounce back or anything. Unless there's some big news that hits. You never know on the news. Iran officially denies firing a drone to UK's Cyprus base. Saudi reroutes oil as Gulf storage hits limits. It's a pretty big one. Saudi Arabia is diverting millions of barrels from the Persian Gulf to Red Sea ports to keep exports flowing amid the Iran war, which has filled regional storage. 5 VLCCs have already shipped 10 million barrels from Yanbu this month, 3 times February's pace. Other Gulf producers face mounting storage shortages if the Strait of Hormuz remains blocked. Tanker bottlenecks have forced Iraq to cut output, while Brent hits $80 a barrel amid global supply stress. It's a pretty big one today. Yep, Tangy got it for you, Ryan. Thank you, Tangy. Elite posted another nice day in Discord. Boom, another 8,900 today. Like to see it, Elite. Glad to see that. Keep hitting it. Keep hitting it. Be careful over leveraging, though, but... Trump said the U.S. will not be a team player with Spain. They've been going back and forth the past couple days. Just curious though, is that a strategy that people do? To buy right before the EX date and then sell after? No, they don't necessarily do that stuff too often, Ryan. I mean, there might be some strategies that some people might try to run with that. I haven't seen too many people that really go after things like that. Like you said, rest in peace tax. Yeah. You definitely get some weird tax implications, that's for sure. It's not my favorite. Dividends have never been my favorite, Ryan. I'll just say that. Dividends are all right. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's really helpful. Other times, it's not. You know, and here's one of the big questions you got to ask yourself is, are dividends really worth it? Because wouldn't you rather some companies like be more like, let's say Apple, like let's say pay a lot lower of a dividend, but at the same time like invest in their company, like, and do great like for multiple years? You know, a lot of times these dividend companies that pay high dividends, their stock prices generally, they're not the best, right? They're not as the stocks don't move near as well as or as consistently up as some of these other companies might. Sometimes they can, but I'm just, you know, just saying. Sometimes it's better to hold some Nvidia, which pops 25% this year, rather than, you know, a dividend stock that falls 10% but pays a 5% dividend or a 10% dividend or something. Yeah, I've definitely bought before EX dividend dates on purpose to catch the dividend. But like Tangy Man said, my goal was never really to sell right after. You know, I mean, that's also something that I've done before, but not anything that, you know, I'm looking to sell right away. TSLA bouncing off resistance. Tesla actually has an inverse head and shoulder, or sorry, not an inverse, a normal head and shoulders going on here today. Here's our head up here on Tesla. We've got, oh, we have a couple. We have like a, this is weird. We kind of have like a larger head and shoulders pattern kind of playing out. But at the same time, right here on the inside of the larger one, there's even a smaller one. Funny enough, it's like a double head and shoulders. I don't even know what you'd call that, but it's kind of playing out that way. Either way, you guys can kind of see the point. Big resistance here at 405.65 to 405.50. Huge there. DGRO performs better than SCHD. Let's see DGRO. Dividend Growth ETF. iShares Core Dividend Growth ETF. And then we have SCHD. Let's adjust this for dividends now. What was the one you said? DGRO? Let's unadjust it. All right, let's go through. We'll just say from the Liberation Day low to the high, DGRO is up 39%. SCHD, Liberation Day, low to the high. Ooh, 37.64%. Let's go look at DGRO one more time. So 37.64% versus 39. Yeah, I guess it technically does there, doesn't it, Jake? Doesn't it? Very interesting. Part of me's difference is the consistency too. It does seem pretty consistent, yeah. You know, DGRO has like it looks more like the overall market, right? Like it has like a slower, consistent move higher, where like SCHD goes like it's kind of more wild on the way up for sure. Forgive my stupid drawings there. I digress. Tesla, right on that resistance. Watch out, it's in a zone right now. Let's see if it can reject back below. I think that would be the better play here personally. But if it decides to break that shoulder line and go up, I'm not going to be fighting it. That's for sure. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't really looked at DGRO much. You know, I know it's something that has done pretty well, right? It's one that it's a pretty big name out there too. Dang, PLTR. Pulling back pretty hard off of 156 here. Let's go ahead and pull up. Oh, that's right. My power went out. My Mag 7 setup is gone now. Forgot about that one. As I was reopening everything here. All right. How's RCAT? Let's go check on uranium today, too. URA, UEC, UUUU. Ooh. Man, Tangy, UUUU. It might start to pull back here and start that cycle that we talked about. You really like regular performance in an ETF. SCHD jumped a lot, but that means it could just as easily retract. It definitely could. It could. SCHD. QQQ still holding its ground well, like on the daily. QQQ straddling this lower zone. It's starting to worry me a bit that it's really going to chop lower here and start to really turn off, especially with all the Iran news hitting. Like, if this starts picking up a lot more, which it could very easily. Like, let's say the US decides boots on the ground or something crazy like that. It's going to be a wild time out there, that's for sure. It's going to be wild. You'll try a split. There you go. Might not be too bad. All right, Tesla. Look at Tesla pulling back here. Look at this big range. This is a massive, massive range on Tesla. All right, Tesla, let's see it. You think SCHD is reconstituting? All right, watch this. Let's see what's leading the way now. Is TTD still up there? It is 17%, but it's been pulling back since open. Has not continued higher really today. CRM. Salesforce sitting right around the high of the day. This one's really not bad. Snowflake APA is pretty decent here. APA Corp. Look at it popping off today and on the daily chart. Looks pretty solid. Keep this one on the radar for the next few days. APA. I love the way it's starting to bounce here. This is actually pretty solid. Could be good or bad, hard to say. Last year they took out AVGO, which gained so much. Avgo. Broadcom actually, the reason I wanted to go see it, they just had earnings. Broadcom has been dipping a lot, and they just filled the gap on the daily. This would be an interesting buying opportunity for a good buy the dip. Another one that I've been eyeing up as well is ASML. It's just too high right now, but if we start to see another dip like we saw from the 2022 highs or like we saw in 2024, then it'll start to be enticing again for sure. Any new headlines? Mason just posted one up. Iran denies closing the Strait of Hormuz, accuses U.S. of attack. Tehran accused the U.S. of sinking the Iranian frigate Dena near India, killing 100 sailors, and called the strike a violation of international law. Lots of back and forth today. Trump, oh my gosh. Oh, I gotta see this. So Trump's been going back and forth with Spain. Trump slams Spain, blasts Starmer over Iran. He called Spain a loser and criticized UK PM Keir Starmer for blocking US use of British bases. Called Spain a loser. Always something funny out there with him. Speaking of that, how is Trump's stock doing? I even forgot the tickers. DJT? Yeah, that's it. DJT down 1.28%. I was curious if this thing would start to pop off a bit more with this war or not. I'm actually going to be keeping my eyes on this one. Pretty interesting. Next up, raised tariffs for Spain and the UK. Oh, I would not be surprised to see that. I would not be one bit surprised. Tesla's back through that resistance here at 405.60, so it's kind of getting out of that head and shoulders pattern that it was in. Now looking very choppy on the day. Back and forth, back and forth. SPY's still down 0.5% today. Eye it up on this recovery. With all the Iran news hitting, I have a feeling today's selling is not over. Axios reporter on X said a big headline is coming. What? That is weird. An Axios reporter puts on X that a big headline is coming. Like what? What are they doing? Is someone like leaking them the news and they're like, "Hey, we're about to post a big one." That's pretty funny. They're gonna probably get fired. I gotta see some of these headlines though that they're talking about. Several booms heard in Abu Dhabi, Reuters witnesses. Yeah, I've heard a lot about Abu Dhabi here. An airport getting blasted even. I wouldn't be surprised if the US started going boots on the ground. Obviously all speculation, but I could see it. Sirens are ringing out in Dubai. Uh-oh. Sirens ringing in Dubai. Getting crazy out here with these headlines. I almost can't even keep up with them. Every time I go to look at the stock charts, I look back and there's a new one. What's the source for the Axios leak? It's Financial Juice. Financial Juice posted on X. They're usually pretty solid with their posts, I'm going to be honest. They are generally pretty solid. Again, though, they're just saying that an Axios reporter put it on X. So, technically, I guess the Axios reporter is the source. They don't have a link to it, though. But I wish they did. It's just interesting, right? Because you never know if they're going to decide to do something like that. Just so you guys are aware, the revamped breaking news channel just got put up in the free resources spot within the Discord server. We've been revamping the Discord server in the short term. I hope you guys like it. If you do, go give us some positive comments in the discussion channel. Go check out some of these free resources. The new breaking news tab down here is fantastic. It pretty much takes every single post that is going to be important for you, and it throws it out right away. There's been a whole bunch hitting here. Sirens ringing out in Dubai. But yeah, even check out the strategies, guys. Go check it out. Learn some stuff. For those of you that just buy in willy-nilly and don't really, have like a strategy built up or anything, go check out some of this information here. It can help you out quite a bit. We're going to start having some more free stuff within the Discord as well. So go check it out. But yeah, go give it some love. Looks a lot different, but looking a lot better as well. Looks awesome. Well, Palantir is dumping, so it might be war-based. Yeah, it is dumping quite a bit, actually. Pretty big pullback. Berkshire Hathaway said it has resumed repurchasing its own shares for the first time since 2024, per CNBC. That is a pretty huge piece of news. Berkshire. I wonder if they're going to start moving here. Berk.B, Berk.A. They definitely popped off this morning in pre-market. Maybe that news hit earlier this morning and I just saw the repost. But either way, I thought it was a pretty big piece of news that I personally hadn't seen yet. Now it's saying explosions heard in various parts of Iranian capital Tehran. It's just back and forth. Explosions, explosions, explosions. Sirens. Non-stop. It's not necessarily funny. It's the unfortunate weirdness that we are seeing out there that's funny with all these posts. But very interesting here. Looking at AMD, Eric said, advanced money dispenser here. Running up to 203.50, 204 to 205. Boom, looking good. Looking good, looking good. Kind of on resistance right now, but it's holding up pretty well overall. It's holding above the $200 support here intraday. I wouldn't be surprised if it just chopped here and then eventually tried to push up. Looks like it's holding up a lot better than the overall market, that's for sure. SPY's now down 0.7% again today, testing 680. We might be falling back down into that 676 zone, which would be pretty brutal. But SPY has been downtrending the past few days, so it's not like overly surprising. Pretty big overall downwards channel on the SPY. It's a downwards channel coming into play following the upwards channel. There was a period around like late October, November, where the SPY started really pulling back. I mean, even more than now. You know, honestly, even a lot more than it did now. And it bounced right back up. It just took a while for it to chop around. You know, that could be the case, but I feel like that there's a lot hitting right now that might support more of a short-term sell-off anyways. Especially today. Today specifically, pretty red overall now. I'm definitely leaning more to the downside. But alrighty, guys, with that said, I think we're going to go ahead and call the stream there today. Sorry for the delay in the middle with the quick flash of the power. I have ways to help mitigate that, but the internet is the one issue. All right, guys, let's have a great rest of the day. I hope everybody can crush it today and tomorrow and end the week strong. A lot of crazy price action out there. Be ready for some insane movement. Be ready. All right, guys. Have a great rest of the day. I'll talk to you later. Thanks, everybody, for rejoining back up. Go give us some love in the Discord for some of these updates. They're pretty badass. I love to see them. You guys are going to love them too, especially with some of the new features coming up soon. Make sure to check out the strategies channel. Check out the bottom. Free trading view indicator coming soon. That'll be fun. Let's get it. All right, guys. Everybody have a great rest of the day. I'll talk to you later. Let's go. Have a great one. See you guys.